We're going to begin with quercetin. Quercetin is a powerful bioflavonoid. It is found in a variety of foods, onions, apples, grapes, berries, all kinds of berries, including our local Caribbean berries like gooseberries and what we call dunks. Also found in the cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cherries, tomatoes, bell peppers. So it is found in a variety of foods. It is, in fact, the most abundant bioflavonoid in a healthy diet. A person may obtain between 100 and 300 milligrams of quercetin on a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. But research suggests that 500 to 1,000 milligrams would be an optimal intake dosage, hence the role of supplementation. Quercetin. What are the health benefits of quercetin? It is a powerful antioxidant. It reduces levels of inflammatory markers. For example, it reduces the level of tumor necrosis factor alpha, and that terrible molecule, when present in excess, interleukin 6, IL-6. Quercetin is also cancer preventing and cancer fighting. Quercetin. Research suggests that it may also help to protect against neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and other kinds of dementia. Now, tumor necrosis factor and interleukin 6 are markers of inflammation, which, when in excess, indicate trouble. Continuing with the health benefits of quercetin. Quercetin helps to protect the inner lining of the arteries. We call the inner lining of the arteries the endothelium, and the cells are the endothelial cells. They produce nitric oxide from the amino acid arginine, and that nitric oxide helps to maintain the structural and functional integrity of the inner lining of the arteries called the endothelium. You see in the diagram there the inner lining of the arteries. And that inner lining is extremely important. When the inner lining of the arteries is not functioning properly, then there's going to be an increased risk for high blood pressure and the development of atherosclerosis, that is, the buildup of fat with inflammation in the inner lining and beneath the inner lining in the blood vessel wall. So any food product, any natural product that helps to protect the inner lining of the arteries called the endothelium is of great importance. So quercetin helps to keep the blood pressure normal. A review of 9 human studies showed that 580 people taking more than 500 milligrams of quercetin daily experienced reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. So it is extremely good for the cardiovascular system, the heart and blood vessels, and it plays a very important role in keeping the inner lining of the arteries called the endothelium in optimum condition. It also helps to maintain normal blood glucose levels, and it is anti-aging. That is, it slows cellular aging. Remember, I talked about other things that slow cellular aging: intermittent fasting, resting the body from constantly putting food in and giving it a break. That is anti-aging, and it helps the cells to do what we call autophage or autophagy, clean up themselves. Another important benefit of quercetin is that it is immune strengthening, strengthens the immune system, and that is very important. It strengthens both the innate arm and the adaptive arm of the immune system. Very important, quercetin. And you see there at the last point there, it enhances the cellular uptake of zinc. So if you're taking zinc, and zinc is present in your food and so on, very important, quercetin helps the zinc to get inside the cells where its function is very important, especially in the immune cells. So quercetin, found in a variety of foods we just mentioned, found in tomatoes as well. As a matter of fact, it has been shown that when the tomatoes are organically grown, or you use organic tomato products, they can contain as much as 79% more quercetin than tomatoes not grown organically. So quercetin, found up to about 300 milligrams in the diet, but for optimum benefit, it is recommended that we take 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day. Available in all health food stores. It is a very important antioxidant bioflavonoid, and at an intake of 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams, it would give these added benefits. Now, quercetin is best taken with vitamin C, hence in a well-balanced diet, it is there with vitamin C and other bioflavonoids. If you're supplementing with it, you should take it with vitamin C and zinc. Vitamin C helps the absorption of quercetin and also helps to protect the quercetin from being oxidized randomly and helps to replenish it. And of course, we just mentioned that quercetin helps the cells to take up zinc, especially the immune system cells, where zinc is so important for the innate or first responder arm of the immune system. As we said before, quercetin is the most abundant flavonoid in a healthy diet, but if you want to go beyond that, 500 to 1,000 milligrams, that is 2 500 milligram capsules with vitamin C and zinc, that combination is extremely good for the immune system, for the brain, for the vascular system, and to protect cells. It also aids in exercise performance, helps the muscles to recover quite quickly. And another important point about quercetin is that it combats allergies. So people who are prone to allergies, it reduces the tendency for the formation of histamine in response to allergic reactions. So it combats allergies. So quercetin, a wonderful bioflavonoid. We usually take it for granted. It is present in an abundance of fruits and vegetables. If you're eating a healthy diet, you can get up to 300 milligrams a day, eating 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Most people don't come anywhere near that. And if you're supplementing, 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day for optimum intake, take it with vitamin C and zinc. And it has all of those wonderful benefits, protecting the inner lining of the arteries, protecting the brain, strengthening and boosting the immune system, enabling zinc to get into the inside of the cells where it is going to function optimally in the immune system and every other cell. So we've looked at quercetin. You can do your own research on it. It is easily and readily available at health food stores. It exerts powerful cancer-preventing and cancer-fighting properties. And in that regard, you can go up to 1,500 milligrams a day with vitamin C and zinc to enhance bioavailability. But quercetin is a powerful cancer preventer and cancer fighter in cancers of the stomach, colon, prostate, and lung. Quercetin, a plentifully available bioflavonoid in a healthy diet, but can be supplemented with, for added benefit, a very powerful protector against chronic non-communicable diseases. That is why it is so important to be eating 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, and to eat whole, natural food whole. And where you can, topping up with a supplement of quercetin is going to enhance the abundant benefits that we mentioned in this short introduction to it. So we mentioned it's strengthening of the immune system, which we need in this time. Very good for the brain, a very good antioxidant for cancer prevention and cancer fighting, and very important for protecting the inner lining of the arteries, and therefore protecting the heart and blood vessels from the ravages of high blood pressure and atherosclerosis. So eat your fruits and vegetables, and remember the ones that are rich in quercetin: the berries, apples, onions, tomatoes, bell peppers. All of those are rich in quercetin, and you can top it up with a supplement to get optimum and maximum benefit. Quercetin, a very powerful bioflavonoid with powerful protection against a whole range of problems. We move on now to turmeric, which we all know about already, and we want to enhance our appreciation of its value. It contains the yellow pigment curcumin and others called curcuminoids. You see the root there, you see the powder, available as the fresh rhizome or root, available in the powder, also available in standard and augmented supplements for increased bioavailability. And some researchers say if you want the maximum benefit, you can use all three: the fresh root, which you see there, the powder, and augmented bioavailable supplements. Now, so much research has been done on turmeric and continues to be done on turmeric, and its value is it is a powerful antioxidant, curcumin, powerful anti-inflammatory, and now, again, it is a powerful protector of the endothelium. So much so that we'll talk a little bit about this in a minute. Curcumin is also cancer preventing and cancer fighting. So your fresh turmeric rhizome or root, your turmeric powder, we'll talk about how to use it in a minute, and then supplements which allow a maximum bioavailability in terms of absorption. So these are some very important properties of turmeric. It is a powerful antioxidant, powerful anti-inflammatory, powerful protector of the inner lining of arteries, and powerful for cancer prevention and cancer fighting. It is a powerful protector of the brain. Oh yes, lots of research shows that it helps to reduce the risk for the development of the brain degenerative diseases, the neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and other kinds of dementia and ataxia and other kinds of brain degeneration. It has been shown to boost the production of a brain-derived neurotropic factor, which improves brain function and lowers the risk of brain diseases. So it enhances the production of that brain-derived neurotrophic factor that strengthens brain health. Now, research shows that it is such a powerful protector of the inner lining of the arteries that it enhances blood flow. And this is an important point here. It gives the same benefits as exercise to the heart and blood vessels by enhancing endothelial, structural, and functional integrity. Now, brings us to an important point. Exercise is crucial, and you should exercise at least 4 to 5 days a week, if not 6 days a week. Walking, swimming, jogging, hiking, exercise, critically important. Exercise maintains blood flow, and as exercise enhances blood flow, that exercise enhancement of blood flow strengthens the inner lining of arteries, and that helps to prevent atherosclerosis and high blood pressure and the aging degeneration of blood vessels and heart. Exercise, crucially important. But research shows that if we are sitting down all day long, even though we exercise in the morning and have good exercise in the morning, if we spend the rest of the day sitting down, research is now showing that sitting down for more than 4 to 6 hours during the day, constantly and without interruption, constant sitting down is now regarded as a health risk, as bad as smoking, they say. And a lot of people just sit down, even if they exercise in the morning. We all tend to do a lot of sitting during the rest of the day, especially in certain jobs. So we are told you should get up every hour or two, or every hour, ideally, every hour, get up, stretch, walk around. Don't just sit down constantly without interrupting that sitting down stance. Get up and move, because sitting down all the time causes stagnation of blood flow, especially in the lower limbs, and that interferes with the structural and functional integrity of the inner lining of the arteries called the endothelium. And this means that the endothelium is going to be more prone to atherosclerosis. The blood vessels are going to be more prone for the development of hypertension, and the heart is going to be more prone for the development of losing its ability of contractile efficacy, pumping. So sitting is a risk factor for cardiovascular disease. Just sitting down all the time, a long time sitting down, watching things, sitting down, doing computer work, just sitting down. We do a lot of sitting down, and we have to stop it. We have to get up and move around, get up and go outside. Even if you are doing a sitting down job, get up and stretch and walk around every half an hour to an hour. Very important. But some good news is that using turmeric in adequate amounts gives the same benefit to the inner lining of the arteries as exercise. So if you have to do a lot of sitting down, you should make sure you're taking in a lot of turmeric to offset the disadvantage of just sitting down all the time. So exercise is very important. Avoid just constant sitting, even though it may be your job to be sitting down. Get up and move around every now and then. In America now and other countries, they're introducing standing desks for work, where instead of just sitting down at a desk, you stand at the desk. Standing is much healthier than sitting, but walking is best. So even if you're standing, just walking around. Sitting with your legs kinked at the level behind the knee, especially in women, increases the risk for the development of clots. Sitting causes blood to pool in the lower limbs. All of that reduces blood flow and puts the heart and the circulation at risk for the development of cardiovascular degenerative disease. The benefits of exercise are tremendous, and the disadvantage of sitting down all day long, ominous. So if you have to be sitting at a job, get up every half an hour to an hour and stretch and walk and sit back down. But turmeric and its curcumin and curcuminoids can offset the disadvantage of just sitting all day long. So let's have a double whammy. Use your turmeric and exercise. And if you have a sitting down job, get up every half an hour to an hour, stretch and walk around for optimum cardiovascular protection. So the curcumin and the curcuminoids are wonderful protectors of arteries and heart, and reduce the risk of heart disease and help to lower blood pressure. Turmeric, you can get the powder. If you're getting the powder, as I told you before, make sure the company you're getting the powder from is above board in terms of no heavy metals. I use, for example, the turmeric powder from a company in the US called Truth of Nature, and they are absolutely lead-free. I'll show you it later on. Of course, if you grow your own turmeric, and some people grow their own turmeric, that is excellent. The natural raw turmeric root, you can put it in your smoothies, you can cook with it. So the natural raw root, the powder, which is made from the dried root, and then a good supplement, all three would give you maximum and optimum intake of curcuminoids and curcumin for blood vessel protection, for brain protection, for immune system boost. And the thing about the curcumin is that it strengthens the immune system, but it also as well is anti-inflammatory. So the immune system, especially the innate arm of the immune system, will be able to strike at any virus or bacteria, and there would not be the explosion of inflammation because of the anti-inflammatory properties of curcumin. Now, it protects the joints from inflammation. So in arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, other arthritides, it helps to protect the joint, protects the cartilage. For example, curcumin from turmeric and boswellia from the frankincense plant, the two of those work together to offer wonderful protection of joints. And if you add to that combination methyl sulfonyl methane, MSM, that is massive joint protection. Curcumin, boswellia, MSM, powerful joint protection. Now, curcumin protects against all of the chronic non-communicable diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, chronic joint inflammation, all of them, because it is such a powerful anti-inflammatory agent, such a powerful antioxidant, and interacts with so many pathways. And it has been shown that it works very well, for example, with lycopene from tomatoes and with vitamin D. So if you're taking vitamin D and lycopene from tomatoes and curcumin from turmeric, this is massive anti-inflammatory protection for all the organs and the brain and the joints. And it is cancer preventing and cancer fighting, curcumin. If you're dealing with a cancer problem, the dose, you need a higher dose, but it is definitely protective. And the research shows that even with people with cancer on chemotherapy, it enhances the effect of the chemotherapy. It doesn't go against it. Now, when it comes to the absorption of curcumin, the absorption is enhanced by piperine from black pepper extract, piperine, and also by healthy fats such as nuts or olive oil, because curcumin is fat soluble. They're now preparing some supplements of it in the water-soluble form, which are very good for absorption. But the absorption is enhanced by fat and by black pepper extract, piperine. So every day, you should get in some curcumin. Of course, there are some people who may have problems with turmeric, and those are people with gallbladder disease. It may, because it stimulates gallbladder contraction, it may cause some difficulties with people with gallbladder stones and gallbladder inflammation. There are a few people who may be allergic to it. Some people can't take it because it causes allergies and severe headaches in some people. But if you don't have a problem with it, it is an excellent anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, cardiovascular protection, cancer preventing, cancer fighting, bioflavonoid, curcumin. Can be used in your smoothies, shakes, can be used in your cooking. Not only is the absorption enhanced by black pepper, piperine, but also by ginger as well. So we've looked at quercetin, an abundance of fruits and vegetables and can be supplemented with. We've looked at turmeric, that wonderful rhizome or root that is the subject of so much research and offers so many benefits to the human body. And now we come to mushrooms. Now there are many varieties of mushrooms. Some are poisonous, some contain serious contaminants. So in choosing mushrooms, choose those grown on farms dedicated to healthy, non-toxic mushroom cultivation. Avoid wild mushrooms because you may not know what you're eating and you may go and eat a poisonous one. But there are farms in big countries that are dedicated to the farming and cultivation and production of non-toxic, healthy, pure mushrooms. Mushrooms really and truly belong to the fungus class. They are classified as big or macro fungi or funguses, if you want to use that term. And for that reason, there are some people who raise the question about whether we should eat mushrooms at all because they are in the fungus class. Well, let me just mention that we have good, healthy bacteria in our gut. There are healthy viruses, healthy bacteria, and healthy fungi. And the ones that are used and farmed and cultivated for edible use are the ones that have been shown. You see here this third bullet point. The edible, well-farmed mushrooms are nutrient-dense, low-calorie sources of powerful antioxidants, protein, fiber, selenium, copper, magnesium, and the B vitamins. They should be thoroughly washed and cooked and can be used in a variety of dishes or menus. Mushrooms. Benefits of mushrooms. Well, mushrooms contain very powerful antioxidants. Two of them are mentioned here, ergothioneine and glutathione. You're familiar with glutathione, which is the product of N-acetylcysteine. When we take N-acetylcysteine, NAC, glutathione is a tripeptide made up of glycine, cysteine, and glutamic acid, and is a very important part of the enzyme glutathione peroxidase inside cells. It is a selenium-containing enzyme that is the most powerful protector of the immune system on every cell. That is why we stress the importance of selenium and NAC to protect the lungs in any viral epidemic or pandemic. But this other antioxidant, ergothioneine, found in mushrooms, is another very powerful antioxidant. and along with the other antioxidants in mushrooms, have been shown to be very powerful protectors of the brain and help to prevent Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease and to boost memory. When we look at the different types of mushrooms, you'll see that the lion's mane mushroom is tops when it comes to brain protection and nerve protection, but we'll come to that in a minute. So benefits of mushrooms in general, they contain powerful antioxidants, just to name two, ergothioneine and glutathione, but others as well. They give powerful protection of the brain, helping to prevent the neurodegenerative diseases, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and they help to boost memory. Mushrooms, especially those grown in bright sunshine, are a good source of vitamin D. Imagine that. Mushrooms grown in bright sunlight are a good source of dietary vitamin D. Mushrooms are also rich sources of beta-glucan, which is a powerful immune booster, strengthening both arms of the immune system. So mushrooms are very good for immune system strength in this or any other infectious pandemic. They strengthen the innate arm, the macrophages, which are the first attackers, and help them to produce the all-important protein interferon, which will then signal the adaptive arm to get ready. Now, as we age, interferon production tends to fall, and mushrooms, being a rich source of beta-glucan, enhances the production of interferon from the macrophages of the innate arm or the first response arm of the immune system. So mushrooms and vitamin D with quercetin and zinc, look at the power you will be given to your immune system in these virus infections. Very important indeed. Now, recent research indicates that some types of mushroom are powerful in both the prevention of and the fight against cancer. We're going to look at this a little bit. Types of mushrooms: portobello, these are available in all supermarkets. The shiitake and reishi. Reishi is Ganoderma, which is very powerful. Meitake, these are all well known and well researched. Ganoderma is powerful. The reishi mushroom, powerful for brain protection, cancer prevention, anti-inflammatory. Oyster mushroom, enoki, beech mushroom, king trumpet mushroom, and cordyceps. Now, cordyceps, I just have to mention a thing, but cordyceps, very good. Women will have no problem with it at all. It is very good for the human being. The thing about cordyceps is that it enhances the production powerfully of testosterone in men, which is all good. But if a man has prostate cancer or is at risk for prostate cancer or has a rising PSA, then cordyceps can, because it causes the production of testosterone in large amounts, can stimulate the growth of prostate cancer. So that warning has to be mentioned. Cordyceps mushroom, very good, but it stimulates the production of testosterone. So in men with a risk for prostate cancer or diagnosis of prostate cancer or a PSA that is rising, it should be avoided in regard to that prostate cancer issue because it stimulates the production of testosterone. Now, all of these mushrooms we've mentioned are powerful boosters of the immune system. Oh yes, powerful boosters of the immune system. And you can cook mushrooms in a variety of ways. You can steam, you can saute, you can put them in your lentil stews and pea stews. Very good. very powerful boosters of the immune system, anti-cancer, cardiovascular protection, and brain protection. These are all backed by research showing the importance of mushrooms and the antioxidants and molecules they contain to strengthen the immune system, to fight cancer, to protect the heart and blood vessels, and especially brain protection. Now, recent research has been and is focusing on two mushroom species. One is called Agaricus blazei myrtle, and the other one is called Agaricus bisporus, which is the white button mushroom. Now, why research is focusing on these is that these two, the Agaricus blazei and the Agaricus bisporus, the white button mushroom, have been shown to contain unbelievably powerful cancer-fighting substances. And I was reading recently of a gentleman in the USA. He gave his testimony. He was part of a cancer research group. He had advanced aggressive prostate cancer. They caught it, they removed it, but it came back. He had hormone therapy and chemotherapy, and it still kept coming. And they decided to enroll him in this research using the white button mushroom powder. They dry these mushrooms and then grind them into a fine powder. And he took the powder in capsule form. And the man has this testimony. He said within a few months of taking the white button mushroom in powdered form, his PSA came all the way down to a very, very low level. And this is the striking thing about the testimony. He says now for 4 years on the white button mushroom, he remains in remission with a PSA that is very, very low. That's a wonderful testimony. It is also being tried used in other cancers, uterus, cervix, colon, lung, the lymphomas and leukemias. So powerful stuff and a lot of research going on with these two, Agaricus blazei myrtle and Agaricus bisporus. Powerful cancer prevention if you don't have cancer, and powerful cancer fighting if you're in that battle. Powerful stuff. And these have been shown to have powerful anti-cancer properties. They're usually dried. They're grown on big farms in Asia, farms in the USA, and then dried, harvested, washed, cleaned, dried, and then ground into a fine powder. And this fine powder is available. The research shows that anywhere between 8 to 14 grams of the powder a day exert powerful cancer-killing, cancer-fighting properties. The white button mushroom and its finely ground powder, Agaricus bisporus, now being made available after tremendous research, along with Agaricus blazei myrtle, two mushrooms that are powerful cancer fighters. Another species that has been extensively researched, look at it in the diagram, see what it looks like, that is where it gets its name, is the lion's mane mushroom. Looks like the mane of a lion, of the male lion. The lion's mane mushroom. Now this contains powerful molecules indeed, powerful molecules which promote nerve growth. This is the thing about lion's mane mushroom. Protects nerve growth and protects the brain from Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative disease, and is a powerful antidepressant of people suffering from depression of all kinds, especially in this environment here with the pandemic, and there are a lot of people are depressed. The lion's mane mushroom is a natural antidepressant. Now it contains molecules that help nerves to grow, even brain nerve cells, just like the amino acid taurine. So it is a powerful brain protector. The lion's mane mushroom, powerful in the prevention fight and in the actual fight of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. It also helps to prevent diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. But this one is especially picked out for its brain protection. Brain protection. Lion's mane mushroom, protecting the brain, especially as we get older. It is also a powerful booster of the immune system. All mushrooms are powerful boosters of the immune system via the beta glucan, strengthen the immune system to attack any virus or any bacterium. All the mushrooms are anti-cancer. I just mentioned that cordyceps, because in a man, it enhances testosterone production, would be a problem if there's a prostate cancer issue. But apart from that, all these mushrooms are excellent in the fight against cancer, helping to control blood pressure and blood sugar, powerful brain protection, and powerful boosters of the immune system. Okay, so we've looked at 3 protectors this afternoon as our time comes up to 5 o'clock. And it is important to see how God has provided in nature these natural substances that can help us. 3 powerful protectors: quercetin, fruits and vegetables, supplement available; turmeric, the rhizome, the powder, supplements available; and mushrooms, the healthy, edible farmed mushrooms, so rich in amazing substances that protect the brain, protect the cardiovascular system, reduce inflammation, are powerfully immune boosting, and are powerful in the fight against cancer, both at the level of prevention and the level of fighting the cancer. And you will hear more about the white button mushroom. The powder is available in capsule or raw form, and it is very good to add to the fight in the prevention of or treatment of cancer, the white button mushroom. So we've looked at 3 substances that strengthen the immune system, that help in the fight against chronic non-communicable diseases, help to keep the blood pressure and the blood sugar level, and are very good for brain and very good in the fight against cancer. All right, in the few minutes then, I will stop sharing, and you can ask your questions or make your points as we come to the last 5 minutes before we close off for the last session of the day. But you see the importance of those 3 substances we've looked at: quercetin, easily available; turmeric in all of its forms; and mushrooms, and the healthy edible mushrooms, and the ones that are so important now, a lot of research being done on them: lion's mane for the brain, and the Agaricus species, Agaricus blazei and Agaricus bisporus, the white button mushroom, powerful against cancer. So that gentleman that I was reading about, he is now in such a happy condition because the doctors told him they would try it. These are doctors in that kind of natural research after he had surgery and hormone therapy and chemotherapy, and the PSA was still going up and the cancer was still looking to cause trouble. And they tried him on the powder of the white button mushroom, and he remains in wonderful remission. Going 4 years, his PSA is 0.04. Now that's fantastic. So that is stimulating tremendous research in those mushrooms, the Agaricus species, which are available already to be used. Okay. Any questions or points before we close off?
Yeah. Hi. Good evening, Brother.
Good evening, Brother Crony.
Yes, just 2 quick questions on turmeric. I wanted to find out how the curcumin in turmeric is affected by exposure to heat. In other words, if you add it to your food that you may be cooking for a fairly long time, that's the first question.
Okay.
And the second one is I've read that turmeric contains something called oxalates. And the article said that oxalates can predispose some individuals to the development of kidney stones. So can you just explain what oxalates are and why they might dispose some individuals to the development of the kidney stones, which I understand can be very painful and so on? Thanks.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, oxalates are present in a wide variety of vegetables. Oxalates are present in beets. Oxalates are present in a wide variety of vegetables. They usually do not cause a problem except in people prone to the formation of calcium oxalate stones. Because calcium oxalate is insoluble, it would precipitate and cause a stone in people so prone, which is a minority. So thanks for raising that. Hence the importance of drinking a lot of water. Now, the other thing is that you asked if heating, that question was asked and some research was done. Research was done both in India and the US, and they found that cooking with turmeric for the average time of cooking, in other words, cooking at very high temperatures over a prolonged period wouldn't be good for anything, but at the boiling point of water, which is boiling or steaming, in the range of half an hour to 1 hour, they have shown that there is no appreciable diminution or damage to the active ingredient. So that question was asked and research has addressed it. No appreciable damage to the active ingredient if you're talking about boiling or steaming in the usual range of cooking for an hour. It would have to be a very high temperature for a very prolonged period of time. Of course, you can use it raw in your shakes, smoothies. You can put it in the food when the food is nearly finished, so as to minimize length of time of heat. But the research hasn't shown any significant reduction in activity if you're talking about boiling point of water and cooking in the usual range of an hour. Okay?
Yeah, okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Next one, the hand up is JG. Hand is up.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, JG, you said wanted to ask a question, go ahead.
That was a mistake, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Brother Douglin.
Yes.
Steve Codrington. In doing my research on quercetin a few years ago, I realized that one of the highest, more bioavailable forms of quercetin is onions.
Yes.
And it is said that we should try to eat the onion as raw as possible. I know there are some people who can't stand the smell of an onion because of the sulfur-containing compounds in it, and they prefer to cook it or hide it in the food and say that they're eating onions. But apparently, it is best to eat the onion raw, especially the red onions, which are the most expensive in Barbados. So when you're doing your salad, if you add a good helping of onion rings to it raw, you're getting a better form of quercetin, because there are a lot of people who listen to your lectures and they're saying, unknown to you, or maybe known to you, that it's all right for you to talk, you could afford to buy all these vitamins and minerals and such like, and some people are looking for natural forms of these vitamins that they can get them in. So you can highlight onions as one of the more natural forms. Yes, the berries and things will contain some, but on a whole, berries are pretty expensive for some people, for the average Bajan. But you gotta bite the bullet and use something that you will get in the stuff into the system. So I use a lot of onions, and you can highlight that a bit.
Thank you. So Brother Steve Codrington is stressing the fact that onions are a good and a cheap source of a very bioavailable form of quercetin. More onions. Thank you.
Good evening, Brother Douglin.
Good evening.
Apart from the lensman mushroom, which others are good for the brain?
Well, all of them are good for the brain, but the let me just go back here a minute and show you. Right. The ones here that are best for the brain, Rishi, Shaitiki, Maitiki, they're very good. King Trumpet, and of course, we mentioned lion's mane, cordyceps as well. Lion's mane is ranked #1 for brain. All of them are good for brain, good for the immune system, anti-cancer. I just mentioned the cordyceps in terms of testosterone in men, but these two here, Rishi and the tekis, Mitike and Shitike, are very important for the brain. All
Thank
right?
you. Thank you.
Sister Lilith is next, I think.
Sister Lilith?
Hi. Yeah. I'm using my iPad. I can't find, oh, here. Oh, it's not muted. There's the wood ear mushroom. It's sometimes called the elephant ear mushroom, which is very, very popular in China. It's really delicious and it doesn't taste like a mushroom. It's kind of crunchy. And apparently it's good for the heart and the immune system. I don't know if you can find out a bit more about that.
There are many species of mushroom. My list was by no means exhaustive. Thanks for mentioning that one. What's the name of that one?
The wood ear mushroom. It's also called elephant ear mushroom.
Elephant ear mushroom. Okay, I think that was, we could have seen that in the diagram there as well. Elephant ear mushroom, popular in Southeast Asia. Thank you. There are a lot of species, and the more they research, the more they research, the more they find the wonderful properties for brain protection, immune boosting, cancer fighting, and so on. Very, very good indeed. All right, one last, because our time is gone. It's after 5.
Oh, Dr. Douglin, just one quick question. I only tend to see like 3 different types of mushrooms on sale here in Barbados. I am just wondering if these other mushrooms that you're speaking of, if you have to get these in some type of herbal thing, or if they're really accessible at all.
In some countries like Asia, USA, you can get
I'm speaking about Barbados.
Yeah, but in Barbados, we are limited to the amount that people import. So we have to use what we get, or they're available in supplement form. Let me just show you.
Accessible at all.
Let me just show you.
Somebody's might need mutant.
Brother Douglin.
This is a Nature's Truth, which is a source of excellent turmeric. This is Nature's Truth Super 6 mushroom complex that contains 6 different mushrooms, for example.
Okay.
And then people can order the white button that can be ordered in powdered form from Amazon, for example, if you are into the cancer fight. Very good stuff. All right, well, I think I'm 96. Pardon? Super 6 Mushroom Complex by Nature's Truth. This is available in Massey Pharmacy's supplement section. And this is the same Nature's Truth that produces a pure, lead-free curcumin or turmeric powder. Excellent company.
Brother Douglin,
Yes, sir.
to close off, I will be very quick. I keep hearing how you pronounce certain mushrooms, but the mushroom is called shiitake, and the other one is called mitake.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
All right.
Shiitake and mitake. Thanks very much, sir.
Yeah. But to close, I was hearing a lot of people, after you talked about getting vitamin D last week, a lot of people will say that they're in the line at show up here in the sun and they're getting lots of vitamin D. They're outside the supermarket waiting, they're getting lots of vitamin D, but they're fully clothed. Please clear up that and let people know that you can't have on a whole bunch of clothes with a parasol over your head, a hat on your head, face mask and face shield, and getting vitamin D. Thank you.
Well, I think you've answered the question. For vitamin D, the upper part of your body has to be exposed to the sunlight for a good hour to two, between 11 and 2 o'clock, and not with clothes on. So thanks for stressing that, brother Steve. So they better take a supplement, or now the beach is open back up, get some sunlight. But then you have to do it as John Campbell says, in your backyard where it is private, if you want to expose the top of your body, if you want the sun exposure. Easier to take a supplement. Okay, thank you. So we've looked at the importance of quercetin, turmeric, and the mushrooms in the fight against the chronic diseases, and especially for brain protection and cancer fighting. And as we go along, I'll talk more about them in the future and their availability and the research that is going on. So thank you. Glad to have you on our Health Talk. And we're now going to close as we get ready for our next session. Welcome to all who joined us. We had some visitors this evening, and I want to welcome you. I'm glad that you were on. Welcome. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for sharing in health, the importance of primary prevention and health as part of the gospel, as part of your love for us, the whole person being taken care of by your word. We thank you. Continue to enable us to be strong spiritually, mentally, and physically, abiding in Jesus and by following all the information that is science-based to help our immune systems be strong. We thank you in Jesus' name. Okay, thank you, and God bless.